will ask them to introduce themselves very briefly. Tell us who you are, if you're representing an organization, if you're a warrior, a caregiver, advocate, and then we'll start. And they're finding the video, they will play it, which will introduce the topic today. So I start with you, Brenda.
Hey, greetings, everybody. I'm Brenda Green. I am here in Columbia, South Carolina. I am the founder and CEO of the Be Strong Group, a nonprofit I founded in honor of my son, Braden. He's currently 19, but he has sickle SC disease. So what I do is for him, as well as those in our state that are impacted by sickle cell disease. So I'm glad to be here.
Thank you, and thanks for being here. So, Nilda?
Hi, good afternoon. I am Nilda Navedo. I am in Charlotte, North Carolina. I am Dominican and Puerto Rican, so I assist with the pandemic hit. I connected with various individuals that were not connected with community organizations. So in an informal way, we have a support group in which we manage each other's health, give holistic approach, because I'm working with in countries that do not have the medications that we have here in the United States. So that is what I have done for the past 5 years, is create a holistic approach and a counseling for managing sickle cell from third world countries.
Good, thank you, good job. So I know Stanley, but I wonder, does Stanley speaks English, French?
Spanish.
Spanish, yes, yeah, that's what I thought, because I do communicate with him, but with translation. So can you ask him to introduce himself? And everyone, again, reminder to use the translation on your screens.
Okay.
Can you?
So Stan, que sí, se puede introducir y poner el audífono para que ellos puedan traducir cuando usted hable el español.
Can he hear us? I don't think he can hear us.
Sí. Stanley, ¿usted me escucha?
Sí, te escucho, Nilda. Me dijiste que
Que si puede poner ahí la capción, donde dice capción, entonces usted puede elegir translation, que es para traducir.
¿dónde dice dónde?
So, hay una cajita abajo que al lado del Q y el A dice Show Captions. Tiene doble C en la cajita.
Déjame ver.
If I can
No veo esa opción aquí, déjame ver. A ver.
Pues abajo tú ves donde dice audio, video, participantes.
Ok, déjame ver. No me da esa opción aquí.
So he doesn't see the option.
Okay, it's
So then,
so
tell him to look
I
next
would
to
have
the Q&A.
can I share that? Yes, next to the
Mira al lado del Q y el A. Hay una cajita que dice Q y A con tiene como el ídolo de una pregunta y dice CC. Es una cajita que dice CC.
Me ver. Ok, espera, me ver. Entonces le doy a idioma inglés.
Sí. He found it. One moment.
Good.
Ya lo encontré. Ok, perfecto.
So
Ok,
he can,
listo,
good. So he can read and he can understand, right?
listo.
Ok, pues desde ahí, cuando tú te introduces, debe de estar en la pantalla la tecla introduciendo en inglés.
Ok. Mi nombre es Stanley Taveras. Soy de Santo Domingo, República Dominicana. Trabajo en el Hospital Pediátrico Dr. Robert Rick Cabral, justamente el Departamento de Hematología Pediátrica. Es el hospital pediátrico más importante de la República Dominicana y es el hospital de referencia infantil en la atención multidisciplinaria de niños y niñas y adolescentes con anemia falciforme. Mi trabajo integral es en la unidad de terapias transfusionales de niños con anemia falciforme y actualmente también soy parte del equipo de la clínica de las hemoglobinopatías del dicho Hospital Robert Rick Cabral. He recibido varios entrenamientos a nivel de asesoría genética por el laboratorio de hemoglobinopatías y talasemia, entrenamiento en tamizaje neonatal para las hemoglobinopatías y múltiples entrenamientos, tanto de virtuales en Reino Unido, México, Europa y con parte de expertos en anemia falciforme de la región africana para llevar concientización, sensibilización y educación sobre la anemia falciforme. Años atrás me desempeñaba como educador clínico del Programa Nacional de Educación, Prevención y Detección de la Anemia Falciforme, donde trabajábamos proyectos pilotos o proyectos pequeños sobre la detección neonatal en los primeros meses de nacimiento para identificar la hemoglobina de células falciforme y otras hemoglobinopatías anormales como es la beta-talasemia y la hemoglobina SC.
Thank you. So today, the topic today is let's talk about blood. So why should we talk about blood when it comes to sickle cell? As you all know, regardless of where you live in the world, if you are in the United States, or in the Caribbean, in Africa, wherever you are, in the Middle East, when you're dealing with sickle cell, there is a need for blood because the blood is one of the treatment options for our community. So depending also from the region where you live, there can be some challenging accessing that blood. So today we want to have the discussion. There are two aspects that I want us to look at. One, the blood is used as a treatment option for you. We want to know how it works for you. What are the challenges, right? So then we want to hear maybe if you are a healthcare provider, if you are a caregiver, or a warrior you yourself, you want to hear that. And then I also want us to tackle the barriers that we face accessing the blood as a product for the treatment. So if you notice, we are one of the only communities that is always working to provide, to supply the blood for our treatment. Have you noticed that? So if people have any other condition, do you see them on like organizing any type of drive to say, oh, we need to get people in the registry to be donors, we need to do this? No, we are the only community doing that, as sickle cell community. And I really would love to have your perspective on that, to tell me why. I do have my answer, I will give it to you, but I would like to hear from you today. Why is that we have to work? We have to fight the disease first, and then we have to work to provide the blood to treat us. So that's the topic for today. But I want to ask again the team, the tech team, do we have the video and do we have Laura?
So, Miss Laura, can you please accept to be a panelist? And yes, we do have the video.
Good. So while you're bringing Laura here, what I suggest we do is that we play the video because it's a very short one, and then we can take it from there and start the discussion. I'm going to hear from each and every one of you about the need for blood for sickle cell disease. In what aspect? If you are an advocate looking for the blood, or if you are receiving the blood and you face challenges, we want to hear your story. Okay? Okay, tech team.
My parents had 5 children. 4 of us were diagnosed with sickle cell disease, 2 of whom have now passed away. My name is Ulysse Guerrier. I was diagnosed with sickle cell S-beta thalassemia at the age of 2. I have received blood transfusion as a treatment every 4 weeks since I was 10. My genetic makeup as a Black person is different than people from other ethnicities. This means that the blood matching process is easier for me and other sickle cell patients when the donors share the same ethnic background. Myself and thousands of other Canadians battling this disease needs your help and support to continue through life with fewer blood transfusion complications. Without the support of blood donors like you, I would not be here today. Book your appointment today at blood.ca.
So Ulysse is a warrior from Canada, and we made this video in collaboration with the blood operator in Canada because we wanted to appeal to the community for them to understand the need for blood for sickle cell disease to support our warriors. But while we've been doing that also, we've been doing other things to advocate for blood. So now I want to go like around this table to see your comment on this video and also your blood story. I don't know who wants to go first.
I can go first.
Okay, Brenda.
Yeah, well, that was an amazing video. And one of the things that stuck out to me is the fact that he touched on the importance of educating, identifying the why, right? And that's what I'm a caregiver. Um, and before my son was diagnosed with sickle cell disease, and before I understood the need of blood donation, I didn't donate. When they told me I didn't weigh enough back in college, I never tried again until, honestly, until I was sitting in the PICU, praying to God to not allow this illness to take my son. And from that moment on, I was committed to me being a blood donor, a regular one, as well as educating my community, especially the Black community, on the importance of blood donation. So I found that a lot of people didn't know the why. You know, they assume if there's just only one thing about your blood is your type, and it's more to your blood type than O positive, O negative. You know, it's more to it. You have antigens. And so we had to explain, and that's one of the initiatives with our nonprofit is to explain the importance of blood donation. We host blood drives and we're dedicated to making sure there are more people who are educated, buy into the need and understand it, and be
Yeah,
regular blood donors. So education is a key. We have to understand the why, and that was pointed out in this video.
exactly. So thank you. Next, Nilda.
So I have a history with blood transfusion to where it requires to ask the community. It's like Biba, you had mentioned, we are the one illness that is constantly requesting for donors. It's not something common that you see for other individuals that have other illnesses. But with sickle cell, blood transfusions offer a lifeline to our life. And I had many adverse reactions when I was young. So we, at that time, we didn't know that there are certain proteins that are part of our hemoglobin. So if you receive blood from persons that are from your culture, it can reduce the adverse reactions that you have from those blood transfusions. So what we do now is ask our community, our neighbors, the family. It's word of mouth. And what occurs is, unfortunately, in the United States here, it's been difficult to have Hispanics that donate blood frequently. It has to be attached to the story.
Oh,
So once they know what the patient is going through, and then understanding that they are able to assist you in your health, that is when the donations become a commonality. And we frequently tell families that I have rare blood type, so it's asking family members, whoever has that blood type, if they can register themselves with the blood bank so that they can be a donor for me specifically or for a sickle cell individual. And that's usually what occurs in our community, because to find blood, it becomes very rare. There's times that you wait 2 weeks to receive a blood transfusion that is matched, due to, it could be because of antibodies. Since we have had so many transfusions, it becomes, the percentage of finding those matches becomes less. So you require it to have from people that are and have the commonality of being Hispanic and being able to donate blood.
Absolutely, as you said, it's blood for us is our lifeline. So, Stanley, do you want to share your perspective on this?
Muchas gracias. Creo que en Latinoamérica una de las principales, vamos a decir, inconvenientes con las donaciones de la sangre es que los países no tienen políticas públicas nacionales que se puedan trabajar. O sea, no hay políticas públicas nacionales que se puedan trabajar para poder tener una red nacional de voluntarios que donen sangre, principalmente países donde exista una alta prevalencia de enfermedades hematológicas, resaltando lo que es la talasemia y la anemia falciforme. Entonces, por ejemplo, si hablamos de República Dominicana, donde trabajamos jornadas y campañas de donación de sangre en escuelas, tanto básica como preescolar, donde damos charlas a los docentes, maestros, y también en laboratorios, en universidades. Vamos a muchas empresas privadas y empresas públicas a hablar sobre la necesidad de tener una red nacional de voluntarios importantes de donación de sangre para poder tener respuesta al momento de que estos niños y niñas, adolescentes y personas adultos requieran de transfusiones de sangre, puedan tener acceso a una sangre de calidad, a una seguridad de que esos hospitales, tanto privados como públicos, tengan una respuesta inmediata para donaciones, para transfusión de sangre inmediata cuando un paciente llega con una crisis de dolor o cuando un paciente llega con unos niveles de hematócrito o niveles de hemoglobina muy bajitos, y tengamos respuesta como país, como sistema de salud. Entonces contamos actualmente con un hemocentro nacional donde trabaja diario en campañas de donación y resaltando recursos para poder traer sangre suficiente a los diferentes centros de salud. También tenemos una red nacional.
Did we lose him? Okay, maybe he will come back.
Biba, I wanted to say that Laura is can
Laura
be.
is, yes, I see Laura. So, tech team, can you bring her into the? Okay, perfect. She's here. Hi. I thought you were sleeping because is it very late on your side, right?
It's only going to midnight, but it's fine. I'm a late sleeper anyway.
Okay. Well, welcome.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Good to see you, everyone. Good to see you, Dr. Caroline.
So, I think he was speaking and then we lost him. So I'm gonna let you introduce yourself. Oh, he's gone. Okay, he'll come back. So introduce yourself, tell us where you're joining from, who you are. And then today, our topic is let's talk about blood. So I wanna hear your perspective on the work you do around, blood.
Thank you. Thank you, Biba, for inviting me. And thank you, everyone, for allowing me to join you. This is a great session, and it's actually very good that this is done 24 hours because you can log in and log off. My name is Laura Ruth Wogu, and I'm joining from Dublin, Ireland. I run a sickle cell organization here called Sickle Cell and Thalassemia Ireland. We raise awareness on sickle cell disease and thalassemia disease. We are a national charity here in Ireland, and we've done a lot of campaigning, a lot of great work so far, which we are very proud of. I also am one of the co-founders and the CEO of the European Sickle Cell Federation, which is the umbrella organization for all patient organizations in Europe. Now, I can't say we have every organization currently, but we have a lot of member organizations that have joined and those who joined when we started. I believe that we are sisters to GASDO, so, and we have good faith in GASDO, and we hope that GASDO will do what we believe it can do. And yeah, so blood donation is a huge campaign for us here in Europe. It's actually major because from all our member organizations in various countries, Sweden, Belgium, Austria, France, UK, we all have the same difficulties of getting blood donors. We all have the same numbers, high numbers of patients on transfusions or exchange treatments. And yet the blood supply is very, very limited. Each country is struggling. So as the European Sickle Cell Federation, one of our objectives is to make sure that we campaign for blood donations, blood stem cell and blood bone marrow transplant. These are major things for us. We want a registry whereby everybody in Europe can register themselves to be a donor of blood, a donor of platelets, a donor of plasma, a donor of bone marrow. Blood donation is huge. And our theme for this year for Europe was every nation, every drop, unite by donating blood, which we believed we could work with everybody else around the world to make it a global campaign. However, we are also aware that GASDO has a theme, World Coalition has a theme, Sickle Cell Society has a theme, but what we saw that is very good is that all those themes kind of combine. When you combine, they are very similar. So one theme could be about treatments around blood donation. We are talking about blood donation among our communities. Others are saying tell it loud, which is also about blood donation. So either way, we all combine, and that's why this session is really, really important for us, and it's huge. So I'm really, really glad that I'm here, and I'm looking forward to hear what everybody else can say, and I'll continue after some other people have spoken. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you so much for this intro. So Stanley, you were talking and then we lost you. You were talking about the importance of getting quality blood for patients, in Dominican Republic. And from what I understood, it's the same challenges that we are facing in Ireland, in Canada, and in United States. It's just to get the donors to come, and donate the blood, and also always making sure that we have the right blood for people, because again, we know the challenges that we have getting Black people through the door, right? But I want to ask you a question: Is the Dominican Republic, is it a malaria endemic region? Do you have malaria? Nilda, do you have to translate?
¿Puede repetir la pregunta?
Si la malaria existe en Santo Domingo, si eso es un problema que hay con las donaciones.
En República, sí, tenemos incidencia de malaria en República Dominicana, pero es más en verano, pero está controlada, o sea, es algo que está bastante controlado. No influye en la donación de sangre. La parte más difícil de la donación de sangre en República Dominicana es la falta de educación. ¿Cuál es la importancia de donar? Esa es la principal barrera que ocurre no solamente en República Dominicana, sino en Latinoamérica y América Central y el Caribe, que la donación de sangre, hay muchas personas y funcionarios que toman decisiones importantes que no tienen eso en una agenda de políticas públicas, de que la donación es importante, donde tenemos una población alta de personas con anemia falciforme, personas con otros problemas hematológicos que necesitan transfusiones de sangre. Entonces, la malaria o paludismo o dengue, como se le llama aquí en República Dominicana, no es una barrera. La barrera es que no hay una concientización, una sensibilización, no hay una información pública de que la donación de sangre salva vida, de que tú donar gotitas de sangre puede salvar a miles de niños con anemia falciforme. Entonces, por eso estamos diario trabajando en lo que son las jornadas de educación, prevención e información de la importancia de donar sangre cada 3 meses, cada 4 meses, no solamente donar sangre, donar plaquetas, donar lo que sea necesario para salvar una vida con anemia falciforme, y más que la población más afectada en República Dominicana de anemia falciforme es la población infantil.
So what I understand is, Nilda, correct me if I'm wrong, he's saying that they don't have any barrier because of malaria or Zika or anything. The main barrier that they have is the education, is to get the donors to the door to come and donate blood, right? That's what he said.
Correct.
Okay.
Malaria in Dominican Republic, we have more which it's a virus from the mosquito, which is the dengue. And that's the one that's prevalent, and it's in the summertime. But what he is saying, that the wall, and I think this is a wall that we all share, is the education. It's the lack of education to know the importance of blood, the importance of donation, the lives that it's saving. So that lack of education requires consistent campaigning to the community in order to increase the awareness of blood donation.
So you see, this is where we can come together as advocate and patient group and see that regardless of where you are geographically, this is the same issue, right? The campaign is necessarily, education is necessary. So there is no need for people to just work, alone. One campaign can be put together, work together, have the same messaging. Yes, you can translate it in French, Arabic, English, Spanish, but we can come together and put our effort and combine and have a global campaign to say we are going to resolve this blood donor issue and get the blood for sickle cell patients. I don't know if you agree or on the table. I would like to hear your perspective on that.
I agree. I just wanted to add that I think what can help also to increase awareness is testimonials. I think it's important to hear everyone's story. And sometimes I feel that we have a campaign where we say, we smile through the pain, but I think it's important for individuals to see our pain, see the times that we are hurting and we are suffering from the pain crisis, so they can have a visual to what sickle cell is. Many people know sickle cell to be a pain illness, a hospitalization illness, but sometimes we don't record that moment when we are aching in our most intense pain. And I think that if we take off the veil and show the reality of what sickle cell is and the suffering, I think it can bring awareness to individuals to say, I would like to help this patient and how can I help? So it requires the education, as Stanley said. That's the biggest right now, is that threshold is educating the community. And I think we can see here that it is not an issue just where we are, but it's a worldwide issue.
Okay. Anybody else want to add?
Oh, sorry, Brenda, go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to, I totally agree with Nilda, especially when we got to share those stories, right? And that's one of the strategies we have. I'm going to put a face to that need. And that's what we do. Put a face to the need, because that's what reaches our people. When they see someone that maybe look like them or remind them of their child or remind them of their wife, that kind of gives them that sense of urgency to get out there and donate blood. And we partner with the American Red Cross here. And so we work and collaborate with them to help us with the education piece and to hear our donors, what their issues are when they come, what their reservations are before they come, so we can work through that as well to make them more regular donors. So I agree, put a face on the issue and get the stories out there, because there are some powerful stories out there. And as a caregiver, initially when my son was diagnosed, I kept it all a secret, felt like guilt and shame. And I realized that was not helping my son, and it's not helping my community as well. So yeah, we have to share our stories so that we can help someone else and encourage them to share theirs as well, to get the people out there to donate blood. And we're having a blood drive tomorrow as well.
Good. Okay. Laura, you wanted to add something?
Yeah, I agree with all the suggestions, but I'm always I always look deeper at things and not just the surface. Yes, we can raise awareness, and we've been doing that for quite a few years now. Everybody's doing a campaign on blood donation, but it seems like it's not moving. And sometimes it's not because people don't want to. We are making headways in getting our communities to understand that, yes, we need blood, we need them to donate blood. But you have to also remember some countries have the barriers that are stopping people from donating blood. For example, here in Ireland, we started campaigning for this blood donation in 2015. And before 2015, it's because we had a lot of people saying, I want to donate blood, but when I go to donate blood, they tell me that because I was born outside of Ireland, I cannot donate blood because of the malaria. And they don't do the malaria testing here. Actually, people died here in Ireland because coming in with malaria. So they didn't understand malaria. We kept campaigning and campaigning. And then eventually they decided, you know what, sickle cell patients, the numbers are rising and most of them are on transfusions and exchange. We need this blood, but the people from those countries need to donate blood. They started working on the malaria testing. We got the malaria testing in 2019, COVID came, that delayed it. And then they have to still go through the whole machine and process. Everything done 2023. They say, yes, now we can have people born outside of Ireland and have lived in the country for 12 months consecutively, not visiting Africa or any malaria endemic country. They can come and donate blood. We do a blood drive, massive blood drive. A lot of people from our community, because we've been pushing, we have our hashtag called hashtag Red for Sickle. So we pushed that hashtag, pushed and pushed, called everyone, did the blood drive. Stood there, people were tested. We got some people donating. Results coming back, a lot of people are sending me text messages. Oh, they say they can't use my blood because my sickling is too high. They say they can't use my blood because my hemoglobin is low. They say they can't use my blood because they said it's not safe. So people who came with so much interest and so much energy to donate blood, some have donated blood, the blood has not been used. Some have had the test, the first screening test, and they're telling them you can't donate. People lose interest. Why am I bringing this example? I'm bringing this example is that we need to understand the systems, our own systems in each region, how they work, and tailor the campaign, knowing that when you are encouraging the community to donate, when they go to donate, they are actually going to be given that opportunity to donate and still donate so that they can come back. Because the first time they agree to donate and they go to donate and they turn them away or they give them an excuse that your hemoglobin is low, we can't take your blood, they're not going to come back. And they're going to share that result with all the people that they know, which is going to turn them off. I'm saying this is because, like Brenda said, you work with the American Red Cross. Here we partner with the Irish Blood Transfusion Service, is making sure that each country connects with the main agency that deals with the blood donations and transfusions, making sure that things are going to work well before we now build the momentum for the communities to donate. Because it's important. When we convince our communities to do something, and they trust and believe in us and they start doing that thing, we need to make sure that that thing is successful and it goes through, that they are not then, they don't lose the trust in us because they've believed in us and they've trusted us and they go to do it. But then when they get there and they are turned away, that's it. You don't get second chances. So planning, preparation, connection, conversations, unity is important. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And that's, at the beginning, before you join, I asked them, I said, today we're going to talk about, let's talk about blood. And I wonder why we are the only community which is out there. We have to go and look for the blood for our treatment. And exactly that's where I wanted to get us, is because we have systemic barriers. And it depends. If you are in America, you are in Europe, or like North America, we do have those barriers because they will use the malaria to defer people. That's one. So if you, for example, in Canada where I am, I cannot donate blood indefinitely because I was born and raised in Africa. So if you've had malaria, you cannot donate blood indefinitely in Canada. We still have that ban. And also they will look at your like they will screen you as a Black woman or a South Asian woman. They will screen you with the criteria of a Caucasian woman. So they will tell you, oh, your hemoglobin is too low, but ours has always been a little bit lower than Caucasian. So they have to change that criteria. It doesn't fit us. That's the second thing. So, and for decades, they've put those barriers, and that's turned people away, as you're saying, Laura. They don't go back because also the way the donor process protocol is very racist, simple and pure. The way they treat Black people when you come, if we organize the blood drive, we are standing there, then the treatment is different. But when you are not there, people, they will call you and say, we can't use your blood because, it's not, there is a problem, there is a virus. You panic. You don't want to go back. You don't know what type, and they don't give you more explanation. So I will tell you what we're doing. As a national organization in Canada, I've not done a blood drive in the past 2 years. I don't do that anymore. First of all, we are Canadian. It's the responsibility of the blood operator paid by our Health Canada to provide the blood for sickle cell warriors, as they will provide any type of other plasma product for other patients, so they will do their job. They have a mandate. So we have CBS and HEMA Quebec. So I don't have to go and do their job. There are people who are paid to do that job. That's number one. The second thing, the reason why we stopped doing the blood drives is because I realized that, first of all, as a national, we are an umbrella. We have provincial groups, so they are more in contact with the population, so they can continue to do the blood drive with our support. But the role of the national organization is to advocate at the federal level, and I turn to the policies that are discriminating us. So today is June 19, and we are here in the national capital, and we released a report today. I will share the link. It says discrimination issues related to malaria eligibility restriction in Canada. We took a lawyer who went through the whole system 10 years back and proved to them that those policies were outdated and they have to remove it. There is no reason for them to keep them because there is a test. If you travel to certain countries in Europe, as you said, there's a test for malaria and they can use it. And the reason why also I was asking Stanley that question, you see that if you go in a region where everybody goes through the same thing, the malaria, they take the blood of people with malaria. I told them, I said, when my son moved from Africa to Canada, he had blood transfusion several times. Nobody called us to say that there was a virus in his blood. There was nothing. The last time I had malaria was in 1999. That's 26 years. They still don't want to take my blood to save sickle cell lives. So you understand that that barrier is not about the malaria. It's more than that. So as we help recruit the blood donors, I want you to understand that we have to stop taking the responsibility from the problem that we have not created, because they've convinced us that our community is the problem. They've convinced us that we don't donate blood, Black people don't donate blood, or it's the problem is that they don't create the condition for us to donate blood. To be a volunteer is expensive. Do you know that if you have to donate blood, you have to take time off work sometimes to go, travel far. Sometimes they don't come into communities. So you don't have time. When you have 2 jobs, you have 3 jobs, you have young kids, like Black people don't have the luxury of taking time off to go and donate blood. So what we've done, for example, in Quebec, we told them, you have to come to us. You have to come to the suburb. You have to come on Sunday after church, and then people will donate blood. But we are not traveling to come to you to donate blood. We don't go, they will say, oh, there is a place here downtown in this mall, you go. Well, no. We organize blood drive. They come to us in the community on days that work for the community. They give us a target and we always reach it. So it's about time that, we change the way we engage them. We change the way we work while we're trying to save our people and support them, but we have to work on removing the barriers. I was very pleased today because one of my board members went to an open board meeting with the blood operator, and they announced that they're going to remove the malaria deferment in 2026. Good news, but I'm not happy. I don't have time to wait till 2026. We want it now. So with this report, I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to continue to push to make sure that they remove it quickly, but then the work remains. People who have not been donors for years are not going to just walk. You said it right, Laura, even though now you don't have that restriction, you still have to do the work to bring them to donate blood. So that's when we can sit together and say, okay, we are at the same level. There are no systemic barriers. Everybody can donate blood regardless of when you came to the country and when you came from, and if you've had malaria or not, because there is a test. They did it for AIDS. They were not taking blood, they said, because of HIV-O. They remove it now. They did it for the, the mad cow disease. People coming from Europe couldn't donate blood here in North America, but now they can. So how come malaria is still an issue? Where malaria is a treatable condition. You can, like you have the flu, you can treat it. So yes, we advocate, yes, we want to support, but think it think through and look at it to say, how come it's only our community that is a problem and cannot donate blood? So that's what we call the systemic barrier. Yes, Dr. Rowley, want to say something?
No, thank you. So I'm looking at our time, and I think it's
Oh,
time for it already for everyone if they can give us their final remarks.
good. Okay.
Right after this, we're going to just have a short stretch break, and then we have to give time for our sponsor for Agios, because
Yeah.
without them, we wouldn't be able to do this. So, um,
So round table, we start with
roundtable with just your remaining remarks that you want to be able to share globally. Thank you.
yes. So who? Let's see. So we're gonna start with
Start with Brenda.
Brenda. Yes.
Okay, and I appreciate being a part of this conversation. Um, this being an advocate for blood donation, I know I have to stay focused on our why, and we know this is a complex situation, but we know
Yes.
that education is important, but is I take on the responsibility as an advocate to get on the board with the American Red Cross to share the reservations of our donors, to work with the education. If your hemoglobin is too low, if your blood pressure too high, how can we help that? Provide the nutrition education. So it's layered, it's complex,
Mm.
but I'm going to keep working because I made a promise, and this is bigger than me or my son right now. It's for my community. I'm committed, and we're going to keep doing what we need to do in order to make sure the blood is available for those who need it. So thank you.
Wow. Thank you. Good job, and keep doing that. But stay connected with them too. Nilda.
I wanted to thank Dr. Carolyn Rowley for allowing me to participate in this panel. It is sentimental for me because today would have been it's my cousin's heavenly birthday. She was born on June 19th and she passed away having sickle cell, and it was a reaction that caused her death. So this is a very important conversation. I think that we need to work on building trust. There's a lot of mistrust in the community in regards to medical care and even for blood donation. Individuals truly don't know the process. They don't know if they probably perceive that it's painful, that they can catch something, and those are the barriers that we need to break down. So if we can continue to advocate, I have, since she passes, 30 years of advocating, and I wish to see a change in sickle cell. I always say that for me, I'm living with sickle cell, but I want to see children prosper and to have the possibility of getting the gene editing, blood transfusions, because like I mentioned before, it's an extension of our livelihood. There are individuals right now that cannot go past certain amount of weeks without having blood transfusion, exchange transfusion. So we require those transfusions in order for us to continue living life that we were blessed with. So that is my message, and I thank you for allowing me to speak in this panel in regards to this important conversation.
Thank you, Nilda. So who's next? Laura, I will keep you last, and then I will let Stanley go, and then you will wrap up the panel for us. Okay? So
Okay.
Stanley.
Yo estoy muy feliz por estar aquí en esta reunión, en este congreso, seminario, como podamos llamarlo, con un gran trabajo que han hecho ustedes. Yo estoy muy feliz por la invitación de la doctora Carolina. Gracias a Nilda también, porque siempre me tiene presente. Yo estoy muy feliz por el trabajo que he estado realizando durante más de 10 años como un joven, porque soy una persona bastante joven, y mis padres me han dicho, te ha gustado mucho trabajar con la comunidad de anemia falciforme de República Dominicana, principalmente con los niños. Y quiero ser voz nacional en mi país, de abogar por más recursos, más información, más educación, más prevención, más sensibilización y más concientización. Trabajar las logísticas y estrategias necesarias para que nuestros pacientes o las personas a nivel general con anemia falciforme puedan tener una salud de calidad, puedan tener acceso a fármaco, a sangre, tener acceso a los especialistas de hematología y que podamos reunir a toda esa comunidad nacional que pueda trabajar en conjunto con nosotros. Más que feliz de trabajar en el Hospital Pediátrico Robert Rick Cabral, donde me ha abierto las puertas, donde he conocido personas expertas en anemia falciforme y que juntos, y también con ustedes, que tenemos el mismo sentir social, tenemos el mismo sentir de amor y de luchar y ser voz, de crear conciencia y educación a favor de la anemia falciforme. Creo que una de las limitaciones que más tenemos es la donación de sangre. Creo que hay muchas restricciones, hay muchas barreras que imposibilitan de que la sangre llegue al lugar oportuno, donde se han presentado casos de personas que han tenido que morir y niños por falta de sangre en este siglo que vivimos, que no debería ser así, donde tenemos la tecnología para difundir la información, tenemos las estrategias necesarias, pero debemos de crearla y aplicarla y unirnos en una sola voz, en un mismo trabajo, porque juntos podemos todo, transformar vida y llegar a donde tenemos que llegar a favor de todos esos pacientes con anemia falciforme que día a día están en la sombra y que necesitan ser escuchados, atendidos por un equipo multidisciplinario, y sé que a través de nosotros lo podemos lograr. Muchísimas gracias.
Gracias. Thank you so much. And he's right. Nobody should die, in this century that we are now with all the tools and everything because of the lack of appropriate blood. That's not something that nobody should go through. Laura?
Thank you, everyone. This has really been a great discussion. My last words would be that, and I echo with you, Biba, that it's not our job to do blood drives and everything. But as it is not our job to educate the healthcare professionals or the communities about sickle cell, we still do it. We still do it because within our hearts, we want to change something. We want to improve services. Because we care about our own people, our community. We go and volunteer and give our time and we do it. So we still need to do this. We still need to do the blood drives to encourage the community to understand. Maybe in future when everybody is able to do it and the services are now good, we can stop, but we still need to work with them. So I would like to say that unity is important. When we work together, we actually achieve a lot. And if we have one voice and fight together, regardless of the different continents and regions we come from, we will make headway in this. But educating our own communities as well on why it is important for them to donate blood, eliminate the stigma, eliminate the cultural, traditional, religious factors or barriers that stop our people from donating blood, but also have empathy, compassion, and understand that they are helping their own is really, really important. And I think that is what will help in getting people to donate blood. Thank you so much for this day. It's been amazing. You guys have done great. It's not easy to organize a 24-hour campaign. Oh my God. But well, we've done well. Well done. I commend you because I know what we all go through. So thank you so much. And for everyone that is listening today, I hope what we've discussed can change you, your perceptions, and I hope you can donate blood and encourage everybody you know to donate blood worldwide. Thank you so much, Dr. Caroline, and all your team. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. So wherever you live, set the priorities that are the most present for you and advocate for that. But just look at the picture, the whole picture. Yes, it's important to educate, raise awareness, but what I'm saying, don't put the burden on the community only. Look at both sides. As you raise awareness, as you get the blood donors, look at the policies. What is not working? How come this is taking so much time for us to get the result? Because my son is 36. It's been 36 years and people have been doing this job. And we're still at the same level. We still don't have the donors. So then you have to ask yourself why. Because I'm telling you, we're Black people, we're Hispanic people, we are community people, we are family people, we support each other, we live with each other. There is no way that they will tell me that we don't want to save our own kind. That's, for me, that's when I start sitting and asking myself, no. When an international student arrived, I open my couch. They sleep on my house until they get an apartment. Then I give them, one cup, one mug, and then they start. We help each other. So blood is something that is for life. And you're gonna tell me that we are not able to do it? Then there is a problem deeper than what we see. Then the education that we're doing is not working. I will leave you with that. I will let you think on that. But I think we should come together with a global campaign again, and everybody is going to personalize their campaign according to what is present in their region. But working together, yes, then having the one unified message will be the right way to go, rather than everybody having their own, and then we can, avoid duplicate efforts. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. It was a great discussion. We have to do this again.
Oh, no, we are going to do it again. Brenda, thank you. Laura, thank you. Nilda, thank you so, so much.
Thank you.